Hello, welcome to Local Edition. I'm Leslie Leyton. With our high unemployment rate, many teenagers who are about to venture into the workforce are finding themselves unsure about the next step to take. Well, our next guest has a couple ideas, things they might want to do to consider, a couple bills he's proposing. Assemblyman Freddie Rodriguez.
Thank you. Appreciate it for being here. Thank you as well.
You're proposing a bill to expand training and job opportunities with a tax credit for employers. Explain how this works.
Yeah, it's a $2,000 tax credit for the youth between the ages of 16 and 25 and help them transition out of high school. So there's some individuals that did not have the means to go to college, and here we give them a tax break to the employers that can help these kids transition out of high school, whether if they want to become some type of mechanic in industries with plumbing, electrical, things of that nature. So it's kind of a win-win not only for the employer but for the youth, because a while back there was an article in the paper that's saying that 1 out of 5 youth in this area, close to 120,000, are without a job and nowhere to go.
And if a kid is lost for a few years, it's really hard to get that momentum going. This is kind of a throwback to the European days of apprenticeships, in getting a kid trained in a skill rather than going off to college.
Correct, and kind of give them motivated to do something different. You know, so I think this could be part of the solution. I know it's a little difficult sometimes with disconnected youth, not knowing where to go, but at least I'm giving another option. But not only for the youth, but for the employers of the area as well.
For the employers as well. A lot of businesses, the tax plans are starting to shift to hit businesses a little harder when it comes to taxes. So to give them a tax break in a place where it can keep the money flowing in the economy is a good idea.
Correct, and also a lot of businesses in the community want to reach out and help the community. So it's a big win-win. Not only are the employers of the area looking out for the youth, and by the youth looking to employment in the areas that's close by, and it's a big win-win for both.
Yes, and what kinds of fields you're talking about? Like you said, special skills.
You know, right now, currently in San Bernardino County, there are refrigeration mechanics, bomb and arson investigators, and there's also apprenticeship programs for barbers. So those are just the slight things of what we can expand it in other areas as well.
Yeah, there is a place for everyone out there in the world.
Right.
Something else you're doing is you're trying to expand jobs and accessibility to the jobs in the healthcare field.
Yes, well, a recent survey as well by the California Hospital Association, they say by 2030 we're going to have over 1 million shortages in healthcare profession jobs as pharmacy techs, x-ray techs, folks of that nature. So I'm also sponsoring a bill that focuses on tax credits, or I shouldn't say tax credits, as apprenticeship programs for the healthcare industries as well.
And so how does this differ from the other program that you're talking about? Just specifically targets the healthcare industry?
Specifically the healthcare industry, and unfortunately there isn't a tax credit with this. This is pretty much an apprenticeship program for like LVNs, RNs, and x-ray techs, things of that nature, to help get more folks out there in the healthcare industry, because as you know, it's growing.
And there probably will be a restructuring in the healthcare industry where some of the skills will be from people other than nurses and doctors. It will be relegated to matching what's needed to differently skilled professionals.
Yeah, well, you know, with the implementation of the Affordable Care Act, there's going to be more need for not just the physicians, you talk about the other specialty fields as well, the x-ray techs, pharmacy techs, audiologists, things of that nature. So it's kind of a win-win for both because of the shortages we're looking at projecting in 2030.
On both of these bills that you're talking about, they both make a lot of sense because they have a clear direction. A lot of kids, if they go to school, they don't understand where they may be heading if they're just taking class after class. This is a practical application.
Yeah, so it's kind of catering to two different types of programs, but it's actually apprenticeship programs for the healthcare industry and for business industries as well.
Okay, Assemblyman Freddie Rodriguez, nice to have you here today.
Thank you very much, I appreciate it.
And thank you for joining us. I'm Leslie Leyton.